What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we set up a way so we could get ourselves a lot of rich slag. Yep, and I let the system run overnight. And yeah, we went through all of our gold ore. So the amount of gold ingots that we have right now, 217k. That's all of the gold ore that we had been processed. And then as far as rich slag goes, we have 21,000 of this stuff, 21,430. So a decent amount of rich slag. So we don't really have to worry about that too much right now. But as our magical crops or as our magical crop farms run, we'll get more of that ore. It'll be processed into more rich slag, and we'll always just be getting some of those as long as the farms are on, right? So I think that's going to be pretty awesome. Also, we'll always have a lot of gold ingots available for crafting. Like I said before, we were always kind of running out of this stuff, and I was always having to smelt down a little bit of it in our smeltery over here. That's just going to make our life that much easier. Okay, so we were working towards getting ourselves awakened draconium, and in order to do that, we needed to make the glowing MANGALLOY. Yeah, so we have, well, I guess off camera, I made a fluid transposer resonant, and then I have put in all of the different augments here so we can speed this thing up. This is going to be a machine set up specifically for turning the MANGALLOY into the glowing MANGALLOY. So this thing needs power. It is going to need the Erothium stuff, and then it's also going to need the MANGALLOYs for the inputs, right? And then we have to extract out of it and then put it back into the ME system. So I think first things first, let's go ahead and open this up. Hey, I built a little structure here around it, obviously, kind of like matching these other ones we have over there. Kind of feel like just putting the machines on the ground looks kind of bad. We should make it look a little bit nicer anyway. So I think what we will do, yeah, I was just thinking about this for a second. We probably want to get an export bus from this. Well, no, we could just do a config here and then extract out of it with item conduit. Let's do that. I was gonna say we should put an export bus on there and then pump the items into the thing, into the fluid transposer. But, you know, item conduit just kind of makes a little bit more sense, I believe. I don't think we have to do it super fast since it won't be, yeah, like the items don't, it doesn't put the Erothium on there super fast is what I'm trying to say and failing at it. Anyway, so we can just do this and this. We want to disconnect that item conduit over here. Like so. Okay, so this machine, we want to output to the bottom. And we will input from the back. And we'll also need another input for the fluid. And I don't know where we're gonna, or how we're gonna deal with the fluid just yet. We might just put like a drum on here. Or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll have the drum sitting back here and the conduit will push into it. Anyway, so we're going to be extracting the MANGALLOY out of here. That's going to go into the bottom. So let's, or wait, no. No, we're going to be extracting out of the bottom of this. So this will be always active. That'll be inserting into here. This actually should be on in out. I will put extract always active. We need to get a filter on there so it'll only extract the MANGALLOY. Otherwise, it's going to try doing the gold ore and the sand into that, and that's not what we want, right? So we need some kind of a filter to say, hey, only grab the one item. Let's not make 1,000, only one, please. Okay, so there's that. Let's grab, I guess just one of, well, we should make another stack of these. Let's do 64. Do it. That craft speed though, yeah, so we will always provide a full stack of this stuff over here through this interface. So we'll set this here. Oops. That is not being pulled back into the system for some reason. There it goes. Okay, it got pulled back in. Now it's being pushed right here. Okay, cool. So anyway, we have that there. So we are going on green into here and we will be extracting on, I don't know, red. Red sounds good. We'll put a filter here. We will take one of these out and set that on the filter. Like so. And then we can do always active on red. And then we'll have to push that into the back of this machine. Let's disconnect that right there. So this will be insert on red. So that should now be getting the MANGALLOY in there. This should be auto crafting more since we have the crafting card in here. I think that should be all good. Nice. So now we just need to get the fluid into here. And another thing we got to figure out is how we're going to get the fluid from the last millennium to here. Now, Applied Energistics does have extra cells in this mod pack. Well, I guess the add-on called extra cells. So we do have fluid storage. So we could look at this. So the fluid storage, we also have fluid storage buses and monitors and all sorts of things like that. So we could slap a fluid storage bus on the drum in the last millennium, right? And then that'll always be available. We'd need a fluid export bus. Well, that we could do that. I think what we really should do is look at getting ourselves like a larger fluid storage, because right now we only have the regular drums. So I think we're going to do like a little side project here. Let's look at making bedrockium. So bedrockium can turn into the bedrockium drums, which is the largest tier for fluid storage in like an item form in this mod pack. I don't know if the fluid storage, the extra cells, like the largest size disc holds more than 65,536 buckets, but this is what we're gonna do. So we need 6 bedrockium ingots in order to make 1 bedrockium drum. So the bedrockium ingots come from the block of bedrockium, which is a smelted octuple compressed cobblestone. All right, so we need to get ourselves an octuple compressed cobblestone. Now, previously, we had set up a compacting drawer down below on our cobblestone generator down there. Yep. So let's do another one. We are currently piping in cobblestone. It's turning into compressed and then double. So we need to extract the double, turn that into triple and then quadruple. And then we could continue doing this. But let's just set up one together real quick. This is a pretty simple thing to do. Okay, so we'll just come down here. We shouldn't need speed upgrades either, except for the very start, just to help this thing go faster. So we want, oh, we are gonna need a filter actually. Let me go do that, because we only want to extract out the double compress. So let's grab a filter. Actually, we might not need a filter now that I think about this. Hold on a second. Does this have a filter? No. So we're extracting whatever it'll extract from here on green. So we should be able to do that into here. But what we'd have to do is just grab one of these double compressed, put that here. So that should be double, triple, and quad, as you can see on the tooltip. I think that'll work. So the only thing we would have to do is just lock this drawer. Like so. Okay. We'll probably want to put the upgrades in there too. And then if we just connect the conduit here, that's pretty much all we'd have to do, and just say insert. So that should start getting, yeah, there we go. So now we're getting the double compressed cobblestone that's turning into the triple. And once we get 9 tripled up, turn into the quad. You know, I guess since we aren't really using the cobblestone for anything right now at the moment, like all of our sifters are turned off, we could just do the speed upgrade and do stacks at a time. I think that's probably going to be a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll just make up 15 of these speed upgrades so we can do a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, we want all that double compressed cobblestone moved as quickly as possible up here into this one. So let's do that. So put that guy right there. All right, that's going a lot faster. Now we're getting the quadruple compressed cobblestone at a decent rate. It is still kind of slow, but that is better. We could also use something like translocators and pull stacks at a time of this out a little bit faster. I don't know if that's necessary to do. Pretty much we just want the one piece of octuple compressed, and I don't know how many pieces of quadruple we need to do that, right? So I'll probably just let this go for a little while. How much do we have in here? Oh, yeah, okay. So we barely touched any of this stuff. In fact, it might be an idea just to do something like this and get a few more of the stack upgrades and just help speed this process up, the initial process of this. So anyway, let me keep working on this and we'll be back in just a little bit, guys. All right, guys. Well, I went ahead and I added another compacting drawer on top. I put the quadruple stuff right here, and now we can go up to the sextuple stuff. So we have 10 pieces of sextuple compressed cobblestone. That means we'll be able to make one piece of septuple compressed cobblestone, which is not enough. That is only 1/9 of the way to the octuple. So yeah, unfortunately, we just don't have enough cobblestone. We are currently making cobblestone 2 at a time with these world interaction upgrades, And you know, this might be a great time to finally upgrade this whole shenanigans, because we can make cobblestone really fast off one of these transfer nodes, like really, really fast. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. So to really make the cobblestone fast, what we're gonna want to do is get ourselves 5 ender chests. So let's do 5 of these ender chests. In fact, let's make a pattern so the system knows how to make these in the future. Ender chest. So we need a chest here so the system knows to put it in that little spot there. What's the thing at the top? Wool. We have that on AutoCraft too. All right, so let's do one of those. Cool. All right, so we'll tell the system how to make that. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's an ender chest pattern. We can stick that somewhere in the system. How about right here? Seems good. So ender chest. All right, so we need 5 of these things. Easy. Okay, so there's that. Now, another thing we got to figure out is how many world interaction upgrades we need. I don't remember how many slots these things have. So if I remember right, we wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's either we want all 6 stacks of the world interaction upgrades, or we want 5 stacks with 1 speed upgrade. It might be 5 with 1 speed upgrade. So anyway, we need to make ourselves a whole bunch of the world interaction upgrades. So that is a lot of work. The recipes for those requires an iron pick, electrotine alloy, and lapis. So we have all of these available for crafting. Iron might be the thing that we start running low on. I'm not really sure how much iron we have. I did set up a thing a while ago here to auto process some of it, but I don't remember how much we have. Oh, okay, we have 1,800 blocks. We should have enough here. Cool. So let's tell the system how to make these things. We want world interaction upgrade. We want to tell it how to make a pickaxe. Okay, and then we want to tell it how to make one of these. I think that's pretty much all we have to do. I think everything else should be craftable. Now we'll also have to make the speed upgrades. I guess we'll put those on its own little thing down here. So I don't know how many 4 or 5 stacks of these world interaction upgrades are. That's like probably 450 of these. So let's tell it to make 450. It's probably like 396, right? I don't know. We'll just say 450 though. How about 500? That's a nice round number. Okay, so we have to craft 1,984 of these electrotine alloys, about 500 of these iron picks. It's going to use only 300, almost 400 of these blocks of iron. So we should have everything ready to go. So yeah, the crafting should go pretty quickly here. It's going to be using all of our quick furnaces. Is it only using 1 furnace at a time? Not sure why it's doing it like that. Anyway, as fast as it can smelt, it is smelting it over there. It'd be nicer if it took all the electrotine that it needed and dumped in that chest over there, and then they all just processed at the same time. But yeah, you can see just how quickly this stuff, like these are being smelted down. That is pretty fast. I like that. Okay, so we are pretty close on the world interaction upgrades. We're also going to want the speed upgrades. I think that has to be made in the QED. Is there another recipe? No, this is the only recipe. But if we only need a stack, so we need a stack of redstone, a stack of gold, and a stack of gold nuggets-ish, something like that. Do we have any of those? No, okay. I was just making sure we didn't have any. So redstone, we need a stack of blocks, a stack of gold, for the nuggets. What else was it? That's it? I think that's it. Okay, so we can, yeah, that should be enough, I do believe. If we get 4 at a time, 16 recipes of this. This. We'll make some nuggets. Way too many, but that's fine. Cool. All right, so we should be able to get a stack of the speed upgrades out of that. A little more than a stack. Well, we have a little bit more than a stack's worth of gold, I guess I should say. All right, so now we should have the world interaction upgrades. Yeah, okay, well, I made a few extra. We might need more, I don't know. But either way, we should be fine. We have all the resources, and it's not like it really took us that much time to do this. Okay, so this should be everything that we need. I'll grab the cardboard box that we have. That way we can move some of our compacting drawers down here without spilling the items out. Although I guess since all of that stuff is being compressed into like the really small versions, it doesn't really matter. Let me also put the lock on this. I never did that before. Okay, so we should be able to take this out of here. Set that down there. Do this one. And finally this one. Cool. All right, so we'll just set that right here. So this is going to go away. We're going to redo all this here in a minute. It's fine. Okay, so now we need to put ourselves down the ender chest that we want. So we want one here, here. This needs to go away. Sometime today. One there. I'll just use a pick. It'll be faster. There and there. Okay. Oh, you know what? We need to change the colors, don't we? So let's change it to... Oh, what's a good color? I don't know. Gray? Do we have gray? Oh, we do. We need 5 of those. Otherwise, it's just going to fill up my white ender pouch here. That would be a mistake. All right, so let's see. We want it on the left-hand side. We'll just put 1 gray there. Gray. It's gray because the color cobblestone, right? Makes sense. Okay, so there we go. Now we're filling up at the speed that we should be filling up at. All right, grab all the cobblestone out of there. We'll put that in here. Cool. All right, so that is the speed that we are going at. So now if we put in all of these things and that, yeah, that's making cobblestone significantly faster. Now, I don't remember, like I said, if we put in all world interaction upgrades and no speed upgrades, if that goes faster or not, but I believe that is the fastest that you can make cobblestone out of one of these transfer nodes. I have tried this before in the past, like I've done some testing on the different combinations. I'm pretty sure this was the fastest one. So anyway, so now we need to take the stuff out of one of these ender chests and put it into this guy here. So let's grab our cardboard box once again. We'll move you right here. I think translocators is probably going to be our best bet. Translocators with the glowstone on there. We happen to have a 7-item translocators. We need a piece of glowstone. That should be just fine. Okay, so that'll be your input for the cobblestone into our first compacting drawer. And we'll have to set this thing back up. And I would like to connect this back down to the existing conduit network we had here that went into this in case we ever do need to turn this back on. But anyway, we can put transfer. This has regular cobblestone in there. We'll do glowstone and press the button. Cool. So that should be sucking out the cobblestone about as fast as we can make it. It would be nicer to have multiple of these little setups so they're all dumping into the same chest. That might be something we do sometime in the future if we find that we need more cobblestone. But yeah, as you can see right now, like we're making already 2 stacks of double compressed cobblestone. That's pretty quick. Okay, so now we just need to take it from here, put it into the next one, and then into the next one. Let me get to that and we'll be back. All right, guys. Well, I've been working on our cobblestone production just a little bit over here. And yeah, this is what we ended up with. So we have our original cobblestone generator right here with the world interaction upgrades and the speed upgrades all going into these ender chests. But then I was like, you know what? We have a source block of water. We could put a piece of cobblestone next to that and more lava. And we could start sharing some of these ender chests. So yeah, we got another transfer node here with all the upgrades touching 5 ender chests. And we got 1 here. So we got lava, cobblestone, water. And we got 5 more ender chests here. And then yeah, we got 1 between the final 2 pieces of water and lava here. And you know what? We are missing an ender chest on this side, aren't we? I just now noticed that. Let's go fix that problem. I am noticing though, with all of those cobblestone generators down there, it is causing a bit of frame rate lags. Like no matter what you do in modded Minecraft, if you start doing things in large quantities, yeah, you're gonna start hurting your frame rate a little bit. Ender chest, 1 of those. Then we need 1 piece of gray dye, 1 of those. Okay. So I was using translocators to move the cobblestone, but as I added more and more of the cobblestone generators, the one translocator wasn't able to keep up. So I switched that from a translocator to a transfer node. Yeah, so we got one transfer node here with 20 speed upgrades, and that seems to be enough to keep up with all the cobblestone production. So if we look at this chest, you see it's coming in there quite quickly, and then it's all leaving at the same speed. If we take these out, it just fills up, and then, yeah, that's it. That's all the cobblestone. All right, so we want those in there with the stack upgrade. And we can put this guy right here as well. That should be fine. You know what? That's probably going to cause a problem because it's probably going to be pushing the cobblestone here and causing an infinite loop. So in order to fix that, we're going to need to get ourselves a microblock. Or can we use the stick method on there? I can't remember. Anyway, we'll grab ourselves one of those covers we were using previously. These should work just fine. Yeah, cobblestone cover. Just to separate that connection so it's not trying to go back into the ender chest down here. It's not what we want to have happen. So we'll put that guy right here. Oops, shift. Put that guy right there. Okay, so this is now straight into here. And that should be taking care of all the additional cobblestone. Yeah, this is all going to clear out here in just a little bit. Great. And that should be just fine. So now we are making cobblestone at a decent rate. We're getting the quadruple compressed cobblestone every now and then. It's not like the fastest thing ever, but we will be able to collect a lot of the sextuple compressed cobblestone, which will allow us to make the octuple stuff very quickly later on down the road. So obviously we're not going to be able to make the bedrockium today, unfortunately. Should have set this up a while ago, but now we got it set up. We'll be collecting that stuff. I might even move this to the last millennium. Like I said, it's causing frame rate problems, and it's probably something we're going to want going all of the time. So I'll look at moving that in the future. So I did make myself a ME fluid storage bus. We made ourselves a ME fluid export bus and an ME fluid terminal. All of these stuff are from extra cells too. Now, I did try, ooh, this is going to be a problem. We have to move this thing. Or we just have to move the connection. I did try doing a method like this before where I just store like external storage. Oh, come on. External storage of like a drum. And then I have tried exporting that fluid, and it seemed to cause a little bit of lag in the ME system. I don't know if we're still going to have that problem or not. So that'll be something we'll have to figure out. If this doesn't work too well, like if it starts lagging all of our applied energistic stuff, we'll have to figure out a different way to do this. But for right now, this is what we're going to do. So we'll put the fluid terminal right here. Okay, I didn't right click on it immediately. So yeah, you can see we have no fluid stored. So I believe we can get like a bucket of water. Let's do that. I have too many buckets on me. Tell the system to make a bucket of water. Our water essence. Very good. So yeah, we can put water in the system here. Oh, you know what? We can't do that because we don't have any storage for that. If we were to put like a tank on a fluid storage bus, we would be able to do that. But yeah, we can't do that. We should be able to see anything that we put on storage buses though through this fluid terminal. So that's kind of what I want to see. So anyway, let's grab ME glass cable. Not that. I think that should be fine. I don't really remember how we have everything set up in the last millennium. I might have to make some adjustments there so we can run the storage bus that is set to on. We should be fine. I also did mess around with the lasers a little bit. Somebody had mentioned that the reason we were getting so much lag over here is because all of the different energy conduits were like connected to each other. So I separated them into rows so there was less connecting to each other. I don't really know. I mean, it seems to have helped the frame rates a little bit. I mean, it's not perfect, but it feels like it's a little bit better than what we were doing before. I've done that down below as well. So yeah, all of those are just connected in like little strips instead of being like in a grid. And then I put the conduit covers on there, the conduit facades, to hopefully help fix it. It still feels a little frame ratey here, but I think it's better that way. So I guess that was a good tip. All right, so we want to get our fluid storage bus over here by our cows. And yeah, we do have a plate energistics, but I got to run the whole thing over here, which is fine. So we just need to put like the storage bus onto this. The fluid storage bus here. That's pretty much all you got to do. And then run the conduit to where it needs to go. So let me get the cable ran, and then we will check this out. All right, guys, so we got our Aruthium here on our fluid terminal now. Just had to connect the cable up, and there it is. So that's pretty awesome. So I do know that extra cells has like a pattern. Yeah, these things here. So that is 2 quartz glass on a bucket to make an ME fluid pattern. Let's go ahead and do that. I guess we need to make quartz glass. Here. So that should make 4 of them. Cool. There's a there we go. Okay, so one of those. So the fluid pattern, I believe you can click on something, do that, and then this doesn't actually hold anything. It just gets the type of what we just selected there, right? Okay, so now that we have that done, we should be able to get our fluid export bus over here, and I guess we'll stick it on top like so. Well, we're gonna have to rearrange this a little bit. I think it might be better if this was on the back, so it was closer to this thing, or maybe on the bottom somehow. Anyway, we're gonna run the cables in kind of a wonky way just for right now, just to see how this thing works, and if it's gonna work okay, I will rearrange them later to make it look nicer. Okay, so that is now connected to our applied energistics. So now we need the export bus to be of the correct fluid type, and we need to set this thing to accept stuff from the top. So there we go. Now we're filling up full of the Zypherian Aruthium. Seems to be filling quite quickly. Hopefully this doesn't cause lag like I was talking about before, and we need to give this thing power. So let's grab an energy conduit, and then we should be pretty much good to go here. Ender energy conduit. Okay, so we'll stick you right here. That should get power, and this should start doing its thing. Great. Did we ever set this thing to extract? I guess we did. Cool. So any of the Mangalloy that we have crafted here will get automatically fluid transposed. Yeah, I don't know if we need any Mangalloy other than the stuff that we're making here. Okay, so let's take a look at our system, see what we're doing. All right, so we got 12 of those. We needed a stack to make 16 of those draconic cores, and then once we get those draconic cores, then we can make the awakened draconium. So it looks like this is going to work. The only other concern that I have right now is how we're doing on power. That's another thing we should go take a look at, make sure that our power supply is keeping up. We still have yet to upgrade that. That is definitely something that we need to do soon. And yeah, it looks like we're still positive 7,000. I was kind of worried because that fluid transposer is going to be using a lot of power, constantly transposing that Zypherian Aruthium into the Mangalloy stuff. So the only other thing that I worry about is that we might be running out of the Aruthium. So let's go look at our terminal here and see how we're doing on the stuff. Yeah, oh man, that's using it really fast, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna have to mass breed our cows so we can keep up with this. If we can't keep up with one of these things, we're gonna have problems. Okay, so that is a thing that I need to work on. Yeah, let's go ahead and just turn this off for now. We'll clear that out. It shouldn't be using any more of the stuff. I need to go breed our cows, so we just need to grab some wheat real fast. Go to the last millennium and do that. We got plenty of wheat here. Yeah, every cow that we breed can get 1 more bucket per ranch cycle, and I'll just make things better. And if we ever do get to the point where we're saturating our rancher and it can't keep up with the amount of animals we have, we can always make another section here dedicated for more of the Zypherian Aruthium cows. So you get a wheat, you get a wheat. Somebody gets a wheat and makes a baby. No, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Okay, so I'll probably just put a lever on there, turn that thing off down below, let the cooldowns cool down, and breed our cows just a little bit more. Yep. That way we can ranch more, get more of the Aruthium, and everything's going to be so much better. Guys, we're going to wrap the episode up here for today. Getting that automated Mangalloy stuff online, definitely a thing that we needed to do. It's going to allow us to get into the Draconic Evolution, early Draconic Evolution stuff that we need to proceed in this mod pack. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.